YouTube, what's up, man? It's Twin Roots 420, and I'm back at y'all with another update. Actually, this one is kind of, special. Throughout the last 2 months, since my introduction, I've been talking about, an expansion that I had in the works. And, the time has come. Everything is finalized. And, I'm in here right now. There's nothing in here currently. It's empty. I just gotta do some cleaning. But before I put anything in here, I have to get the electrical situated. I'm gonna run a 50 amp and a 30 amp breaker. So I have to get them, wires run and, the breakers put in before anything gets set up. Alright, so when we come in through the front door, I'm literally standing at the front door right here. When we come in through the front door, this is the living area. I'm going to use this for /work storage area. / drying area. So over here, all the windows in the whole apartment, every single window besides the flower rooms. The flower rooms are going to be done different. The bedrooms are going to be done different. But every other window is going to be done like this. Shades, curtains, panda film. Every single window. Shades, curtain, panda film. But anyway, there's going to be a table over here, work table, where my trimming is going to be done. If I need to transplant small clones or whatever needs to be done, it's going to be done over here. I might not even do the clones over here. I don't know if I'm going to have any live plants, in this area. Just for the simple fact that, it's the front door. If anything is susceptible to infestation, it'll be this area right here. So I just might keep all live plants out of here and inside there, the bedrooms where they're more secluded from, outside interference. But anyway, there's going to be, like I said, work table over here. There's going to be a 2x4 drying tent right there. Over here is where I'm going to keep all my boxes. I don't throw nothing away, when I move, I like to put whatever, if I bought a light, I like to put the light back inside, the wrapper in between the styrofoam and, back inside the box. I don't want to ding nothing up, scratch nothing up, fuck nothing up by moving every time I, relocate or have to move something. So I keep the boxes to put them in. Everything stays nice and fresh. Everything stays brand new. So that's where all the boxes are going to go. And my cocoa and my pots and stuff like that, pots, soil, cocoa, perlite, and boxes. Then I'm over here, I'm gonna have this cut off. I'm gonna have a piece of plastic coming down over here with either a zipper, or I might do 2 plastics overlapping where I just have to open it up to get in. But this is gonna get blocked off from the actual space where living plants are gonna be. It might even be blocked off both ways. Like I might even put something solid there, like a door, and then like open it to move, and then put but whatever. We'll get to that, in the future. Then we got a shelf over here. Over here, this area over here, this living area. This dining room area is gonna be. Well, there is gonna be a veg tent over there. Actually, my fault, not the veg tent, but it's gonna be mother tent, mothers, clones, and pre-veg. There's gonna be a 5x10 tent that's gonna go right there, and that's gonna be for mothers, clones, pre-veg, and seedlings if I have them. And then my nutrients are gonna come up over here. This little workstation over here is gonna be for where I mix my nutrients. I'm gonna have the 55-gallon drum over here, and a Blue Lab TDS temperature and pH meter up there. Yeah, that's what's gonna be over here. 55-gallon drum. The water, I'm gonna get the water for that drum through. Let's take you through the steps. All right. From the faucet, I'm gonna have a hose connecting to my pre-filter, which sits directly inside the sink. Okay. Then from there, the pre-filter connects to the RO machine, which I'm going to have sitting basically right here. So So it's gonna go through the RO machine. It's a RO 1000. It's a RO machine capable of pumping out 1,000 gallons per day. But you know, I need nowhere near that. But it's, you know, it's just good to have, you know, a high powered performing, you know, RO. That way there I'm not waiting for the water to drip, 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 drip the fuck out. You know what I mean? It takes you all motherfucking day to fill up, you know, 20 gallons. Anyway, the RO machine is gonna be right here. I'm gonna have my blue line, which is my RO water, connected to a booster pump. And the only reason why I'm using a booster pump is because instead of having it go down and, you know, having a chance of tripping over the wire or anything, I'm gonna be running the blue line up. I'm gonna run the blue line up and then around, and then where this fridge is now is gonna be a 55-gallon drum over here. So there's gonna be a 55-gallon drum here where I just collect my water, and then whenever I'm gonna feed, I'll put a pump inside there, pump the water into that 55-gallon drum, and do what I gotta do out of that 55-gallon drum, and then refill this one. I might even just have two, you know, just for its storage water. You know, basically I get to bubble it out and, you know, treat it right until it's ready to get used. On top of the wall, there's also going to be 2 more Blue Lab, you know, TDS, pH, and temp meters for these 2 reservoirs. Either these 2 or these 1. I haven't decided yet. The fridge, I'm going to slide it over all the way to this door. It's going to block the door completely out of the way. And then now let's get into the, over here is going to be, like I told you, it's going to be a 5x10 tank. It's going to be for clones, mothers, and free veg. Let's get to the veg room first. This is going to be the veg room. Inside this room, I'm going to have 4 1,000 watt lights. They're going to be dimmable. Now, just because they're 1,000 watt lights doesn't mean that I'm going to be running them at 1,000 watts. More than likely they ain't gonna go above 750, just because, for the simple fact that they're in veg. What I like to do is when I throw my plants into flower, I like to throw them into I like to throw them into an environment where it's more intense. In other words, like if they're coming from 1,000 watt garden going into 1,000 watt garden, they're already, you know, used to that. But if they're coming from a 600 watt garden and they go into 1,000 watt garden, you kind of see a difference in the blow up, like they blow up. So I'm going to keep these lights on 750, you know. I'm going to have 4 in here spread out nice and even. More pushed that way because this room is 10 feet, or more like 10 and a half, 11 feet by 12. So I'm going to have it, you know, 10 by 10 for the veg. 4 1,000 watt lights, 4 areas of 5 by 5. So I'll have a little workspace, you know, over here. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna keep my you know, my veg and plants over here inside of here. They just might be inside of a tent. I haven't decided yet. I might use the room, or I just might use, you know, a 5 by 10 tent. Since I'm on a monthly schedule, what the plan was, you know, 2,000 watts was gonna be for, you know, the upcoming round, and then the other row 2,000 watts was gonna be, you know, veg plants that was freshly put in here, you know. So that was supposed to be the plan with that. But I just might be able to get away with a 5 by 10 tent and just 2,000 watts, you know, and every month just keep putting them in there. But I like big plants, so I like to give them a lot of veg time. And in order for me to have a decent and consistent yield, I have to veg them out properly. So I think my best bet, or my safer bet, is to go with the 4 1,000s. That way I got more space and more time to veg them out. Just for the simple fact that I have more space, I'll be able to do more clones and put them in here at an earlier rate and let them grow and get bigger before I actually put them into flower. What else is going into this room? We got 4 1,000 watt lights. We're gonna have a window unit AC, and we're gonna have this is gonna be a sales room. So I'm gonna have, the window unit AC might not even work. I might have to I might have to cut that out. Alright, anyway, I'm thinking out loud, fellas. My fault. Anyway, I'm going to have an AC in here at any rate. It's going to be a 12,000 BTU AC. This is going to be a sealed room because there's going to be CO2 in here. I'll run my CO2 lines on the ceiling. And I'm going to put one oscillating fan over here. Well, more like over here. I'll put one oscillating fan over there and one oscillating fan over there. I'll put one oscillating fan right there, and then I'm going to put one oscillating fan on that wall right there, blowing this way. So, yeah, there it is. The floor is going to get, I'm going to buy a roll of linoleum, and I'm going to place that over the rug. In due time, just because funds is low right now, because you know I'm doing all of this, the walls are staying the way they are. But I am gonna end up grabbing that silver styrofoam, you know, the 4x8 sheets, and I am gonna end up in the future, you know, screwing them on in each flower room. But for now, the white walls are just gonna have to do because I just don't have the funds like that. I'm doing all of this by myself, guys, and it's not easy. And flower room number 1 and 2 is basically gonna be the same. So I just gotta explain one. This is gonna be flower room number 1. I'm gonna have now the space right here, because this is weird the way it is over here because it's the closet. This is 12 feet right there, and that's 12 feet. So this area right here is 12 by 12. I'm gonna have 4 1,000 watt lights, double-ended bulbs. I'm gonna have 4 wall fans, and I'm also gonna have 3 box fans on the floor. And I'm also gonna have. This room is not gonna be in the summertime. I'll seal it up, but as of right now, it's not gonna be sealed. So I'm gonna have a 10-inch Vortex S-line exhaust fan, exhausting air out, and then I'm also gonna have an 8-inch Vortex exhaust fan, exhausting air in, bringing, you know, fresh air in. I'm gonna do a video later on about how I'm gonna actually go about setting the intake up. But I'm also gonna have inside of here an air conditioner, mini split. So that's gonna be interesting. So yeah, that's how we looking on that. You know, same thing in here, linoleum on the floor. And there it is, fellas. The upgrade on the apartment, man. Trying to do things. 2 4 1,000 watt lights. I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna have the 4 1,000. I'm gonna have the 2 rooms set on flip boxes. So I'm only gonna have to use 4 ballast. So you know, 6 in the morning to 6 at night, this room will be on. Then the flip boxes will flip the lights on in this room. And, you know, this room will stay on from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I'll have 2 4,000 watts running off of 4 ballasts. So 8,000 watts of flowers running off of 4 ballasts. I know I'm going to run through my ballasts quick. I already know that. But in the long run, right now it'll be worth it. I'm saving money. I don't have the money to get more ballasts. I don't have the money, you know what I mean? The ballasts are expensive. So I'm cutting corners right now. But I promise you guys that once the profits are better than what they are now, the upgrades will be made and everything will be proper. I'm trying to do things right. So yeah, that's what it's looking at, man. The plans, this is the future right here for me, man. You know, after this, it just gets bigger and bigger. So that's my update for today, guys. This is Twin Roots, aka Secret City Scientist. Y'all already know what it is.